G'day, Pat the Backyard Builder here. Well, we thought we'd do something different today, and we're going to live stream the opening. Whenever I dig a hole like this, it never ceases to amaze me how much dirt fits into one little hole. G'day, Pat the Backyard Builder here. We're just coming to you from the site of the annual fortune cookie dig. Actually, we're repairing a crack on the side of our wall here. Had a little incident over the winter here. We had discovered that one of my patches that I did earlier in life had failed. So I tried patching it again using the polyurethane injection method here, but unfortunately the crack it's too small to actually take the urethane by pressure injection. So it didn't hold very well, so I did it over winter, and since it's so close to spring, I decided to wait until spring just to see if things were going to hold. And no, it didn't hold. So I still had water coming through. Yeah, and unfortunately, it's a very fine, thin crack, big enough that just a little bit of water can get through, but it's such a fine crack that when you put the plug over to do the pressure injection of the polyurethane, you just can't get the urethane to go into the crack. So unfortunately, it didn't hold from the inside. So we've had to relent, and we've had to do the labor of fixing it from the outside. So as you can see, the vast majority of the work has already been done. The biggest problem in fixing a crack like this from the outside is, of course, access. You need to dig yourself a big enough hole so that you can get the patching membrane on and give yourself sufficient room to work. And so that's the better part of a day's work, to dig down to your foundation. You want to get right down to the footing. It clearly expose the footing and the weeping tile, and then once you've got that done, then you can begin your crack repair. Now I've already finished the digging, and I've taken a wire power brush. I've went over the entire wall and cleaned everything off now, so that when I put the patching on the outside wall here, it's going to stick. So I'm just about to take the power chisel and just open up the crack here so I can put the patching compound into it. So anyways, now that the hole has been dug and the wall's been cleaned, the next step here, we have to open this crack, and we're just gonna take a chipping hammer and we're going to go in about an inch, and then we're gonna widen it out at the back. It's kind of like a dovetail cut, so that the plug, when we put the patching compound in, the plug can't force its way out of the wall again. So we're just going to cut in, and we're just going to chase the crack from about a foot above the ground level all the way down to the foundation. So, as always, safety equipment. Your hobby isn't worth your health, so make sure to protect yourself. As you can see, what I'm doing, I'm going in straight to open the crack, and then I go in a bit of an angle and I cut and follow along the edge, and then go back and cut and follow along the other edge, and that just makes two grooves at an angle, and that'll just hold your plug in when you put it in there. And don't worry if something chips out. Like, I mean, as long as you got enough hooks up here to hold things on, it's not a big deal. So once we've chased the crack all the way to the bottom of the wall here, next thing we need to do is clean the crack itself. You can use a broom, or, well, hand broom might be easier than this, but can't find mine right now. Just clean all the dust out, and or you can use a air hose and blow it out, whatever. Just get the dust out, because the next thing we're going to do is we're going to patch this over with cement patching compound. That's our next step here. Okay, so what I have here is a repair mortar, and now the thing you need to know about these repair mortars is that they set up really fast, so don't mix too much, and be prepared to work really fast. Now they mix, well, you have to follow the instructions on each one, but generally it's about a 3-to-1 ratio with the water, and they do mix quite fast, so just opens the bag and have yourself a measuring cup handy. And you don't want to mix more than you can use in one batch. So okay, like so. There we go. We've got about a pot left of about 2 minutes with this stuff, so it will start to thicken up real fast. Just push it into the crack, into that nice V that you made. And just like that, it's all done. So make yourself another batch. Okay, so there's no need to wait for this stuff to cure. It'll dry and cure on its own time. The next thing you need to do is just cover the area and get it water sealed again so you don't have any more penetration. Now there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can just paint on the old black foundation coating, which is what was done initially. Just a couple coats of that over the area will do fine. Just put it real thick over where you've made the patch. The other thing you can do is what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a rubber membrane, and that just rolls out and goes right down to the foundation and over the footing, and this will ensure that I never ever have to dig this hole again, because trust me, this stuff's good. It's equal to about a 10 mil coating, and it will not be penetrated unless something hits it physically. So now the first thing you need to do to put the membrane on is you need a primer, and this basically it's like a sticky glue, kind of like what's that glue that contact cement. Okay, you just spread it on the wall as wide as your membrane is, and then you just simply roll your membrane out, and it is on there permanent. Then all you have to, once you've finished up either coating with the foundation coating or putting the membrane on, there's no need to wait for anything. You can just backfill your hole, and because you're done. Now to use this stuff, you just simply paint it on, and you let it dry for about half hour, 45 minutes, so it's nice and tacky. And then you just simply roll out your membrane, and that's it. You're all done. Fill your hole in and have a beer, go home, whatever. You're done after that. So, anyways, have a good day. You know, I've always found it interesting how it all goes back into the hole except one wheelbarrow load.